everyone, and a warm welcome to our webinar on Cooperatives Annual Returns. We're so glad you can join us. My name is Shani Kelly from the Corporate Education and Compliance Unit, and I will be your moderator today. I am delighted to be joined by Letty Kusana and her team. After our presentation, we will have a Q&A session. Please feel free to write your questions on the comment sections as you listen to the presentation. Also note that this presentation will be uploaded on the CIPC website. Just a brief note before we start, don't forget our free Learn IBIS Director e-learning program. Anyone can enroll, and the link is on the CIPC website's homepage, right at the bottom of the homepage. Feel free to explore it yourself and share it with anyone who might benefit from this course. I now hand you over to Letty. Good morning, Letty Kusana. How are you this morning?
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, Shani. Good morning,
You are
CIPC
welcome to
customer.
start the presentation.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, CIPC customer. Good morning, CIPC stakeholders. My name is Letty Kosana from CIPC Cooperative Division. I'll be the one facilitating the cooperative annual returns. Cooperative Act 14 of 2005, as amended, requires that all registered cooperative file their annual return with CIPC. It is stated in Section 26A, Section 47, and Section 48 in the cooperative that all CIPC registered cooperative file their annual return. The Act has categories of cooperatives. We have primary co-ops category A, category B, or category C. We also have category C of primary co-op and secondary, tertiary, and national apex. The categories are used to determine members' voting rights, annual fees that need to be paid as specified in the regulations, also the documents to be submitted to CIPC annually. The categories also talks of voting rights. We have category A and category B, primary cooperative, which is one member, one vote. Category C of primary, secondary, tertiary, and apex under section 334. The Constitution provides in it that members who have additional votes, if they have 3 or more members, they have a right to increase their voting rights. We have annual submission and annual fee payments under Section 26 of the Cooperative Act. The regulation to this act make provision that annual fees to be paid to CIPC. Please note that the fees that are paid to CIPC are not related to SARS tax payment. And the categories is the one determine how much fees should be paid at CIPC. And also note that the cooperative annual fees is different from companies or closed corporation. The annual fee to be paid at CIPC is determined by the financial year or the annual revenue or the turnover of the cooperatives. So annual revenue means the gross value of the economic benefits received by a co-op as a result of its ordinary activities in that financial year. Moving on, the annual fees that need to be paid in terms of category A, primary co-op, those are the very small cooperatives. We have annual revenue if the cooperative that is under a category has a turnover of less than a million. They pay CIPC 50 Rand if they pay within the due date. After the due date, it has a late fee penalty. Then it at 50 Rand, then it goes to 100 Rand. The category A2 primary co-op, if their annual revenue is 1 million or less than 10 million, they have to pay CIPC 50 Rand annually if they pay within the due date. And if paid beyond the due date, it's 100 Rand. Moving on, category B primary, if the annual return of a cooperative is 10 million or less than 25 million, they will have to pay CIPC 450 if they paid within the due date. If after the due date, it accumulate late fees, which is gonna be 600 rand. Moving on to category C, still on annual fees, primary, the annual revenue of a primary cooperative under category C who has annual revenue or a turnover of 25 million or above will pay CIPC 3,000 if paid within the due date. If after the due date it adds 1,000 rand and it goes to 4,000. Moving on, still on category C, but of secondary, tertiary, and national apex cooperative. The revenue of a secondary, tertiary, or national apex, if it's less than 25 million, they will pay CIPC 450 if filed within the due date. Beyond the due date is 600 rand. Then the category C that has an annual revenue of 25 million or above will pay CIPC 3,000 paid within the due date. After the due date is 4,000 that it has added the late fee filing. Moving on annual submission documents requirements per category. Under primary co-op category A1, we have forms co-op 7, co-op 8, and for financial statements, we have co-op 15.1. All these forms are available in our CIPC website under resources. And this category A, primary co-op will have to prepare the annual report. The annual reports must be prepared by the directors of the cooperative. Same applies with primary A2. It's the same form as primary A1, which is COP 7, COP 8. For financial statement, it's different. It's COP 15.2. And also the annual report must be prepared by directors. So for both these categories, the documents are prepared by the directors of the cooperative. For primary B, the forms to be uploaded during the filing of annual return, that is the online system, is co-op 4, co-op 7, and co-op 8. And under financial statement, independently review financial statement, it means this primary category B, it must appoint an independent review who will prepare this report. Moving on primary C, we also have the forms that need to be completed and uploaded is COP 4, COP 7, COP 80, and the financial statement must be prepared by the auditor appointed by the cooperative. And also the category C, secondary, tertiary, and national apex, the same form as primary C, which is COP 4, COP 7, COP 8. By the way, COP 4 is the form that is used to appoint the auditor. So this category C, all documents must be prepared by the appointed auditor. Moving on, here is the definition of different reports. Category A, primary co-ops, talks about the annual report that is prepared by the directors of the cooperative. We have the COP 15.1 form, 15.2, a social report and a management decision report. We also have the social report. It says a report that assesses the social impact and ethical performance of the cooperative in relation to the stated vision, mission, goals, and stated in the constitution of the cooperative. We also have the management decision report. The Act says the report that assesses the co-op's compliance with all legal requirements and requirements in its constitution. Moving on to category B, primary co-op. The independent review report, as I said on the previous slide, that the category B primary must appoint the independent reviewer. So here the definition of this report, it says is a report that is the report by an independent reviewer that examine and evaluate the financial statement, social report, and management decision report. An independent reviewer means an accounting officer in terms of Close Corporation Act, a registered auditor, or a member in the standing terms of Section 33 of Auditing Profession Act. Moving on, still on a definition of reports. Under category C, primary, co-ops, secondary, tertiary, national apex, we have audited reporting, a report by an auditor after he has examined and evaluated financial statements, social report, and management decision report. We also have the dedicated email for all queries that are related to annual return, It's arcoops at cipc.co.za. The annual reports are to be filed via a CIPC website in the new e-services portal. Is the online system. This is the link that takes you there. But also you can log in via the CIPC website. On top right, you just click login register. Then you look for portals that says new e-services portal. It is the system to use for filing annual report. In 2023, in June, CIPC issued a notice that invite all registered cooperatives to come and update their contact details at CIPC. We are saying this because if you can remember all the applications or co-ops registered before 2021, we do not have contact information such as email address and cell phone numbers because it was not mandatory by then. But now, because we will automated the system of annual return and new registration, we invite all registered cooperative members, directors to update with CIPC their contact information so that we are able to communicate as and when there's a webinar coming in or there's a notice, we can be able to communicate. And we have the dedicated emails to submit such, which is corpscontact@cipc.co.za. So the form to be used is COP2 forms. All the active directors members need to complete their full information so that we are able to update CIPC database. This is the website screenshot homepage I was talking about. When you log into www.cipc.co.za, this under resources is where you find forms and fees for cooperatives. Also, we have step-by-step guides also loaded here. Then you can also log in here on top to go to new e-services portal for co-ops registration, name reservation, or new registration or annual return. This is where you can find a step-by-step guide after you have logged in and clicked under resources and click step-by-step guide. Then you scroll down, look for cooperatives. This here, you click this plus, then it will show you all the step-by-step guides that are published. These are the step-by-step guides related to cooperative processes. And we have also introduced the triple BE certificate is also available under new e-services portal. It can be generated from there. Thank you. This is the end of my presentation.
Thank you very much, Letty, for that very informative session. We will now go to the questions that we have available. Okay, I have seen that Aubrey is answering the questions. Let's start at the bottom. Ashley has a question on one of our directors died and we have no access to our CIPC and cannot update anything. Letty or Aubrey, how would you assist Ashley on answering this question? The director
Okay,
has died
I'll
and
take
he has no access to the CIPC information.
Okay, Ashley, good morning. You can, if you do not have CIPC customer code, you can log into either BIS portal or e-services portal to register as CIPC customer and be able to get the customer code. Then you'll be able to complete the Co-op2 form, attach if you have the copy of the death certificate, and the minutes so that we are able to update from our side to change the status to disease. The email address to submit such is coop2@cipc.co.za. I hope I've answered your question. Thank you.
Thank you, Letty, for that. Marati wants to know that her cooperative will be active now because it was deregistered and were unable to file any. Okay, I don't think that is relevant to To us, Letty, let's see another question that we have. Tapelo. Under my ID, there, there's someone else's details in the cooperative portal, and he's struggling to file his annual returns. Should he send us an email, Letty, or how do you advise us to process
Yes,
with that question?
yes. As I said there, we have, if it's for cooperative, we have a dedicated email for annual returns or that is arcorps@cipc.co.za. Just specify in your email what do you need assistance on. If it's related to your ID, kindly also type in your ID number, your customer code, and your email address, also your cell phone number, so that we are able to revert back. Thank you.
Okay. What? Oh, okay. The one question that we have, sorry. How do we cancel the primary cooperative that never worked and have zero income? This is from Tumi.
Okay, good morning to me. In order for you to cancel or do voluntary deregistration, we have a form that is called Co-op 10. You'll get the form from CIP's website under resources. Then you'll complete the form and attach the certified ID copies of all active members. Then you'll send it to coop10@cipc.co.za. That is an inbox for voluntary deregistration. Thank you.
Okay. Where would they be able to get the documents for the deregistration? Letty, while we're on that topic, I did see that question has come up.
The customer must first apply for voluntary deregistration using the form Co-op 2, and the turnaround time for such is 90 days, because we need to publish it in the government gazette before it's finalized.
Okay. There was a question about that. I just can't get the person's name.
Okay.
Um, Ndlandla wants to know if we have people in our cooperative that we want to remove that are not active. What must he do?
Aubrey, can you answer that? It's Aubrey. What is the...
Just give
Did
Aubrey
Aubrey
a
answer
second
the...
to log in. Yes, okay, I see
Okay.
Aubrey. Okay, yes, and the last question that we have, all members of the cooperative did not submit their requirements.
Okay,
Understood.
let's answer that one first, Shanine.
Yes.
We have the form Co-op 2. The form COP2 with the supporting document, because they're talking about removing the non-active. They must first notify those members, call them to meeting. Then that notice need to be attached when they file the removal. Also, they must also state in their minutes what is the reason of removing the inactive member. Then they will submit that COP2, fully completed COP2, together with supporting documents to co-op2 email at cipc.co.za. Co-op2 with the hyphen in between the co-op at cipc.co.za. The minutes must clearly state why the removal. Also, they must also attach the notice that they did send the notice to the members that it shows it was 14 days prior the removal. Thank you. I hope I answered the question. What was the
Thank
next
you so
question,
much for
Shani?
that. Um, Ashley is it's again Ashley that is asking. He says that the directors have been removed, but he needs to update the email link to the CIPC. The OTP is being sent to the old email of the person that has been removed. How would he go about clarifying the correct email address for CIPC to use?
That is why it is important for all members, directors to update their information with CIPC. It means they have to complete the form COP2 updating the active members' information with CIPC before they can do any changes.
Okay. Our
The email
question.
address, it says
Okay.
copscontact@cipc.co.za to update the information.
Thank you so much for that. Sidwell's question is, I've been trying to send our cooperative's annual returns. I have two
Mhm.
customer codes. The new one is the one I entered into, but after updating the system will say call and line will end without assistant. Can you help? Oh,
CIPC only allow one registration. You cannot have two customer code with the same ID. That is an error. Two, I request that he send me an email that I will escalate to our technician to check the status of the profile. My email address is lskosana@cipc.co.za. Send me the full names, the customer code, the ID number, the email address, and the cell phone number. Then we'll investigate your profile. Thank you.
okay. How long does it take to reply to an email address, email that is sent to CIPC? What is our time period?
It depends which email address inbox they are talking about. Our turnaround is 5 working days. I
Okay,
don't know which
Aaron.
email they are referring to.
Okay, I'm not certain. Aaron hasn't put it in, but I just thought
Mm.
generally we could just tell the customers there is a waiting period that he needs to give us.
Yes,
Jacobus
hence I'm
has
saying 5 working days with co-ops inbox.
okay.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello. Can we assist?
Aubrey.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I was struggling to respond to some of the questions. Yeah, but I see my mic is sorted now. But I see there was also a question related to issues of SARS. Please also take note that we are separate from SARS. If you need services with SARS, you need to contact SARS directly. And if you have filed returns with SARS, it doesn't mean you have filed for CIPC. You still need to log in with CIPC and log and file the annual returns. So similarly with CRPC, if you have filed for CIPC returns, it also doesn't mean that you have filed for returns with SARS. Those are separate institutions. Thanks. Just wanted to clarify that and also test and confirm my mic. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Aubrey.
Shannon, can I respond to Karen questions?
Yes,
She
sure.
says, when are the ARs due? The annual return, yeah, they are due from your financial year end. The Act says cooperative must hold their annual general meeting within 6 months, and then from the date of the AGM, within 15 days, they must file with CIPC their annual return. Hence, on my presentation, I spoke about the 30 days. 30 days, it counts from the AGM date, and then the Act says you must file within 15 days. Then you have a grace period of another 15 days. Beyond that 30 days is when you start paying the late filing fee. Thank you. I hope I've answered you, Karen.
Okay, our next question is can you differentiate the removal of a non active member and a non active founding member and respective documents needed?
Aubrey will answer that.
I can respond to that. Also take note that in terms of the act draws a distinction between founder members and directors. The directors are the ones that are managing the affairs of the co-op, and then the founder members are those that form part and parcel of the co-op when it's incorporated. So in terms of changes, once a corp has been registered from the CIPC side, you can notify CIPC if you are changing a director, or when it comes to members, if a member resigns or removed, then you can then be able to update CIPC records on in such cases. But if a member or a new member wants to join the co-op, then you can then update your records in terms of section in one of the act. And in such cases of new members, then you do not have to notify CIPs. You can only notify us if it's a director that is coming through. Thank you.
Thank you for that informative answer. I have another question. If a client is part of a cooperative and remember they don't remember how and when they got involved into the organization, my question is the process for them to remove from the organization. Do
No,
you get that question?
in terms of that, yeah, no, I get that question.
Oh, good.
We get a lot of those instances uh, in cases a corp has been registered years ago, and then later on someone comes through, then they say, I don't know how my name was placed on this co-op, or someone says, now I receive grants, and then they are having problems with SASA because they are registered as members of co-ops. In such cases, you can still complete a co-op 2, clearly indicating the name of the co-op, the registration number. Also put in the customer code on client ref. If you do not have one, you have to register for one and then complete the co-op 2. And then under the part that says directors that have vacated office, then you can indicate your name there and also indicate the reason. You can also indicate the fact that you do not know how your name was placed there. Attach your certified copy of ID as well as a resignation letter and send it through to coop2 at cipc.co.za. Then we will action it accordingly. And then once it has been actioned, then we will send you through the confirmation that you have been removed from the co-op. Thank you.
Thank you, Aubrey. Lung- okay, Lungile, it takes 90 days for your co-ops to be deregistered. Our next question that we have, uh, can co-ops upload directly on the CIPC website under the AR button, like for companies? Is that, let you, Aubrey, answer the question?
Y-
It's from
Can you
Karen.
repeat the question?
Can co-ops be uploaded directly on the CIPC website under annual returns button, like for companies?
No. The
Sorry,
answer is
Letty.
no. The
Okay.
answer is no. The annual return system for cooperatives is new e-services portal. And we also have the step-by-step guide available in the website.
Okay, thank you for that. Aaron wants to know that he has a police officer that is part of his cooperative but does not want to be removed. What can he do? Can a police officer that's a government employee be part of a cooperative?
No, in terms of the act, there isn't any restrictions. Any person can be a member or a director of a co-op, but in terms of removal, then yeah, then they need to communicate with the person and to so that they can get their cooperation in terms of removals. Then they can complete all the relevant supporting document of the COP 2 that we just also explained now. But in this instance, I'm just not sure if they are saying the person doesn't want to be removed. Exactly what does it mean? Do they want to remove this person, or exactly how the question is based? But in terms of our processes, if you've got a someone that is part of the co-op and you'd like to remove that person, then you need to follow the notice procedure where you give this person a notice to appear before the co-op, and the notice then should circulate for a period of 14 days, and that person can then be able to state their case to the co-op, and then if they are not able to respond to that notice, then you can complete the co-op too and provide the resolution and send it through to cop2@cipc.co.za, and the identified person can then be removed. Thank you. I hope uh, I've been able to assist. Thank you.
Thank you. Is the process the same for the removal of a non-active founding member as it is for the non-active member?
It's the same process
In terms
using
of the
the co-option
non-active,
form.
it's the same process that I just explained now. Yes, the issue of the
Okay,
notice.
thank you so much.
I've put the email address on the chat.
Thank you very much for that. May I use a co-ops 2 form to amend directors and removal of directors?
Yes, the
Okay,
same form.
okay. The question to the removal, the one about the policeman, the person does not want to be removed, and he is not active, and we are struggling to open a bank account. Thank you very much for the information. Okay. Does that clarify the question?
Yeah, no, it does. I think, as we've just explained, then they can follow the issue of issuing that person with a notice to appear before the co-op, so that they can be able to state their case. And if they are not able to respond to that notice, then they can complete the co-op too and clearly provide in the resolution. Then we can then do the necessary changes to remove that person. Thank you. I will also copy that procedure on the chat, and then you can just follow that guide. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. Let's see what other questions we have. I think we have answered all our questions. Um, Letty, Aubrey, is there any closing remarks or any questions that you all have seen that I have not seen a response to?
Thank you, Shani. I want to thank everyone who has joined, and we hope we've answered your question as much as we can. But however, you can still continue to send your questions through all dedicated inbox that I've captured here. All queries that must come to those inbox must only be related to CIP, to cooperatives. And thank you.
Okay, Letty, would you please repeat those email addresses for our audience?
Okay, thank you, Shanine. We have the one for annual return that it says arcorps@cipc.co.za. Then we have one for voluntary deregistration. It says cop10@cipc.co.za. We have the one for director changes or removal, which is coop2@cipc.co.za. Then we have the email inbox for all cooperative related inquiries. It says cooperative@cipc.co.za. Thank you.
Thank you very much. There's a very nice, important question from Deline. Uh, when you do your annual returns filing for cooperatives, do we also file AFS and FAS? That's your annual financial statements and your financial accountability supplements. Do we do
The answer is
XBRL?
yes.
Okay,
The
we do.
answer is
No,
yes.
I've just responded on the chat.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so financial accountability
No, I've
supplements are
actually
not
responded
applicable.
on the
Uh,
chat on the chat
Thank you very much
to
for your
co-ops,
response,
but
Audrey.
the financials are applicable.
Okay, so let me understand that correctly. The financial accountability supplement, that's the FAS, is not applicable, but
That's
the
correct.
annual financial statements are applicable.
100%.
Thank you for that clarity. Okay, you all do have the email address. Okay, I see Tando wants to know the email address. Is it co-op or just co-ops? Op.
The email address are different. The one that with the hyphen is for coop2@cipc.co.za. That is for director changes. The others do not have a hyphen in between.
Okay, Tando, I think Letty has answered that for you. Um, what to do if my co-op is non-operational? Um, okay,
No,
what,
in terms
how,
of the
with
act,
terms of the annual returns? Yes.
yeah, in terms of the act, I've just responded also on the chat. Even if your co-op is non-operational, in terms of the act, you are still required to file the annual returns. In terms of the turnover, if you're not making any turnover, then you can indicate a zero there. You can still proceed to file your annual return, because annual returns are a legislative requirement, whether you are operating or you are not trading. But if you'd like to deregister your co-op, then you can still file for voluntary deregistration using the COP 10 form. I think it was also stated during the presentation. Thank you.
Okay, Boycele has a question here. Should we resubmit the annual returns submitted, as I have said, they were sent to Mr. Jewels? I don't understand that.
The question will be, is it for cooperative or for company? Because for our systems are automated, we do not send to any individuals, but it lodge via website. So maybe we can get the clarity. What was it for? Was it for cooperative or a company?
Okay, Jacobus says when he signed in on with his customer code, he did not get his cooperative. He does not see his cooperative on the list.
Can he send the inquiry to cooperate
Okay.
inquiry@cpc.co.za with full information so that we investigate. Thank you.
Okay. I see there's a lady or gentleman that just joined it. The recording cannot be sent to you. She requests the recording, but it is on the CIPC website. All our presentations are uploaded on on the CIPC website. Please go have a look and listen to the presentations over there or the recordings over there. When does the annual returns need to be filed according to Lungile? His annual return started this year and the year we registered, or the year that he registered his cooperatives.
I'll answer that. Thank you. The system was launched February 2025. So cooperatives are required to file for the financial year 2024-2025. Thank you.
Okay,
Not
that
the
clarifies.
previous years.
That is perfect. Okay, let's see. Bongisa, what is Bonisa? She wants us to answer her question. I wrote an email to get a refund since I wanted to file my returns. They requested documents, but now the email bounces. It says the mailbox is full. What do I do as my returns are due? Which email?
Uh, okay. The email, I think the email he or she's talking about is the revenue@cipc.co.za. I just want to say the system for annual return for co-ops does not use the declining balance, that is the amount that is in the customer code. The system is strictly card payment, either debit card or credit card. So it doesn't use the amount that is in the customer's balance. Thank you.
Okay, there's a question over here that says, how do I get a co-op registration number on the system?
You need to register first to get the, unless they want to search the old registration number, or they
I
want to
don't
register a new
know.
co-op, because you can only get the registration number when you register.
Okay, the question
Can
is
you
after
register?
Bonisa's question on kindly answer, please. Uh, so just have a look at that one, Letty. Jean wants to know, uh, I need assistance with access to the new e-services portal. I've sent multiple emails in the last few months and have not when I verify my ID, it confirms me as a user, but my login credentials do not work and I'm unable to reset them. Please, can someone contact me?
Kindly send me an email with your full names, your ID number, your email address, your cell phone number, and the customer code to
Jean, have you got
investigate and
that? I hope you have got that, Jean. Letty has given you her details, so please respond to, you can send her an email.
mm.
Okay. Yes, Stefan, oh, Matsobani, Stefan, all the information, all the recordings, and the presentation is available on the CIPC website. So please have a look at that for all the information. There's a gentleman saying that we're skipping his questions, but I cannot find his name.
Mm.
I don't see your name. Okay, please just post your question so that I can see it. Please send Letty's email. Letty, please tell them your email. Tell Jean your email address again so he can send you.
Is lskosana@cipc.co.za. My Skosana is without the H, is Skosana. I already captured it on the chat. Thank you.
Okay. Is it necessary to do beneficial ownership for cooperatives or is it not
Currently
needed?
not. Currently
Okay.
not. Mm.
Okay. Um, Okay, I think we have captured or answered all the questions. I cannot see any questions that have not been answered. Where do we check that the cooperative is compliant since BIS portal does not show the status?
It will not show on the BIS portal. The customer must log in on new e-services to check the status. They must go to new e-services portal and under services drop down, they go to co-op annual return and capture the registration number there. It will show if it's due for annual return. Thank you.
Letty, I see Marathi wants to know about a triple B double E certificate. Is that
Uh,
related to cooperatives?
Yeah, Cooperative will launch the triple BE certificate this year. It's available under new e-services portal. Under the where it says the drop down menu of services, you will see triple BE certificate. The certificate can be generated from there, and it should be noted that you can only generate it once in a financial year. Thank you.
Okay. I guess that also goes for companies. It's just once you can generate a BE, a triple
Yeah,
B double E
then it's valid
certificate.
for 12, then it's valid for 12 months. You can only generate again after the 12 months.
Okay, tell me a certificate of deregistration, where would I be able to get it?
You need to apply for voluntary deregistration first before you
Okay.
can get the certificate.
Um, on our question and answer Q&As that is on or the frequently asked questions that's on the CIPC, all these answers have been, um, all these questions and answers have been posted on that Q&A, on the frequently asked questions. So whatever is not covered in this chat, you can refer to the Q&A as well as use the email addresses that we have provided for you.
Okay, Shanine, can I answer to CPO? CPO,
Okay.
she's saying, can we run the cooperative with two members because members left without noticing? The answer is no. Once the cooperative is less than 5 members, it's no more a cooperative. There's two options. One, to convert the co-op to any other jurisdiction or to apply for the voluntary deregistration or to top up the membership using the COP2 form. But once it's less than two, it's no more a cooperative. Thank you.
Okay. I see Melinda
Yes.
is
Mm.
being sending emails and not receiving answers. Melinda, please send the email directly because I see you sent it to Mr. Morifi and you're not getting a response. Can you please resend that email with the correct email address? Because um, it most probably is that he's not receiving your emails, hence there's no response. So please send it to the email addresses that we have posted on this chat, and then you will get a response as soon as someone does receive your query. Our our mailbox are updated regularly,
Mm.
so we are responding to all your queries. And if you are using the correct email address, as we have said and posted on this chat and this presentation, then your emails will be answered. Okay, I think Marathi, we need to remove deceased persons on our cooperative. Which forms do we use?
Can't you repeat
In
it?
terms, yeah, in terms of the procedure to remove somebody that is deceased, we've also shared the procedure on the chat. But for your assistance, what you need to do, you can still complete the co-op 2 form, as indicated, clearly marking the name of the cooperative, the registration number. Also remember to provide us with the client ref or the customer code. And then in terms of deceased, then you can also request a copy of the death certificate from the family. If you are not able to get that, you can also request a copy from Home Affairs. But also remember, if you go to Home Affairs, you also need to provide them with the reasons or confirm that this person or the reason you are requiring this death certificate, it's to remove a person that was part and parcel of your co-op. And still, if you are not able to succeed with that, then you can then provide us with an affidavit. And then once we receive that, then we will do the necessary changes to effect the removal of that person. But also note that even if we receive an affidavit, we will still need to do a verification from our side to confirm that indeed the person that you are saying is deceased is indeed deceased, because from time to time we do get those people that are getting, or also taking chances and saying somebody is deceased while that person is very much alive. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Calvin wants to know what are the common mistakes that we do as co-ops not to get funding. CIPC does not offer funding, so we're not able to address this question. You need to
Mm.
direct this question to institutes that offer funding so that they can tell you the mistakes that are being made. Aubrey and Letty, is there any other questions that you would like to answer before we bring this event to this webinar to an end?
Yes, Shani. There's a
Um,
question from Precious Digeledi asking about if there's any penalties if you did not file annual return on time. As I've said on the presentation, depending on the category of your co-op, the penalty or late filing fee is 50 rand if you submit beyond the due date. It depends on which category do you fall. Thank you.
Okay.
the
Aubrey?
other thing or last word from my side was just to remind our cooperators out there the information that was indicated, that they need to update their contact details, email addresses,
Mm.
and cell phone numbers, especially those that registered before 2021. Um, and to update those contact details, you just simply complete your COP 2 form and provide us that with that information. Then we will um, update. But if you are updating contact details, you can send that COP2 form to COP. It's COP contacts at cipc.co.za. Then we will update the records accordingly. And once we update, you will also get notification from your email and your contact details. That will also assist you a lot in terms of reminders. If your annual returns are due, you'll then also be able to get those notifications. And we will also be automating director changes. If there's any status change on your profile, then you can also get notified of such. So it's quite critical that you update those contact details. And
Mm.
thank you very much for joining this webinar.
Okay, thank you for that. This brings us to the end of our session. On behalf of our entire team, thank you for your time and attention today. We hope you found the presentation informative and valuable. Please remember the Learn IBIS directed e-learning program. It's always available on the CIPC website. Feel free to explore it yourself and share it with those who might benefit. Until next time, stay safe and take care. Goodbye.